Hello everyone. Um, this video is a discussion of the previous Matrix and the Matrix Resurrection trailer that you saw. Disclaimer: this video was made for fun, so please don't expect much from this video. This was just a video to see if I guess things right with what the director wants to do. All right, so Deja Vu, a glitch in the Matrix when they change something. A quote from Trinity in the first Matrix, and that was her answer to Neo when Neo saw that black cat in the photo um, come by him twice as they're going up the stairs, and he says Deja Vu, and she explains what really is Deja Vu. So when I saw this in the trailer, I was wondering, are they changing something so that Neo is they're changing something so Neo will continue to be not Neo and continue to be Thomas Anderson. So I don't know. But it was nice to see the cat again. But it's probably not the same cat though, because it's been so many years. Will the Matrix Resurrections open with an action scene? I asked this question to myself and to Matrix fans because I do wonder how they're gonna open up, like because when I think of it, when we think about see, this is going off, but when we think about the Matrix Revolution, I believe, and I still have to rewatch Matrix Revolution, but I believe Neo ended the war because if you remember from Matrix Revolution, the Sentinels were about to attack, and I believe Morpheus was inside a cave or something, and he's ready to fight, but they retreat, and I believe he ended the war. So it does make me wonder, like, will we get that same action scene, like, like agents are tracing someone like Trinity in the new movie, and they're looking for her and something. So that's what I was thinking in my head, like, how will they open this movie? But I don't know. Follow the White Rabbit, Matrix 1. I quoted that because if you remember in Matrix 1, Neo is, I guess, sleeping in front of the computer, and the screen is black, and then someone is texting him, and then as they're talking, the person who I believe is Trinity. I believe is Trinity. Who I believe is Trinity, but it doesn't say it there. Tells Thomas or Neo to follow the White Rabbit, and then I believe there comes a knock, doo doo, and then the screen disappears. And I should have put a photo in there, but it doesn't matter. I should have put a photo comparing the two rabbits, but you'll see a difference if you watch the trailer and the movie. So I was enjoying that. I was like, well, the tattoo of the first one was kind of cooler. But anyways, um, so my question is this woman with the white rabbit, is she like, I mean, not my question, my thought is like, this woman with the white rabbit, is she similar to Trinity? You know, she had sent a message on a computer to Neo or Thomas telling him to follow the white rabbit, because in the trailer you see that Neo or Thomas looks down. Let's just say Neo for now. But Neo looks to the rabbit and it zooms in into the rabbit. So I'm assuming that he was looking for the white rabbit. Um, so, but, hmm. So did someone outside of the Matrix told him to follow the white rabbit? Is that why we're getting the rabbit scene repeated from Matrix 1? So that's my question. I don't know, but it looks like they're maybe repeating some stuff from Matrix 1. To me, that's not a bad thing. I think it gives kind of a a a nostalgia feeling, or it kind of feels like Neo is being brought up again, just like it was in Matrix 1. Did Neo return to computer-related stuff for work? So, in the previous slide where it's follow the white rabbit, got my notes here. So in the previous slide was follow the white rabbit, and this one, like I was saying, he was sleeping in front of the computer. Now, I don't know if you guys still remember, I believe they call them like tubes, like I think we call them tube TVs, but I guess tube monitors. I don't know if you remember that. It was nice to see these old technology. Like, I don't know if you watch Matrix 1 again and you're like, wow, like, what is it, floppy disks, big monitors. Like, I know they weren't the greatest thing, but it's how we began, with computering, and it was just, it was nice to see it all like that. And, but anyways, getting to the topic. Like, we're not, in the trailer, we're not showing what he does for a living. I mean, like, in the beginning, he's like in therapy with Neil Patrick, and then it moves to him in a tub, and I'm still trying to figure out, is a rubber ducky on top of his head? So I kind of laugh when I see that every time, or is that just the rubber ducky is on the window and it's just over his head and it looks like it? So I was wondering about that. But what does he do as a work? But I don't know, the trailer doesn't show much. Does the new Morpheus have to convince Neo again to take the red pill? Now this one got me a lot, because in a scene where the music's really good, I love the music in the trailer, and then Morpheus is like, time to fly, time to fly. And it's just like that, right? And I hope that it's not that simply said, because, or maybe they're trying to make it more simple, because I really did enjoy I mean, I guess you don't want to copy Matrix 1, but I really like how Morpheus, like, it was like slow for him to take it, but this one is just like time to fly. So could it be that Morpheus, this new Morpheus, I'm just gonna call him New Morpheus, I don't know if he is the new Morpheus or not, but did he already have like that similar conversation where they go to this old building, they sit in these like red old chairs, and they sit there and talk already, and then I guess they're both standing up, and he's like, time to fly, right? Because we're not showing that, take the blue pill, take the red pill kind of choice here. It's just take this. So I'm curious to see how they play this out again, and hope it comes out well. So does the new Morpheus have to convince Neo again and take the red pill? It's going to be an interesting scene. This was taken from my TV. Like I said, it's just for fun, this video. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free. Quoted by Morpheus. And actually that's the scene, in that scene he said it. I don't think that's the exact scene, but... So, I was thinking in my head, like, if the Matrix still exists, then the human race is still not free. And it'll say in the next slide that the oracle prophecies have not been all fulfilled, because Morpheus says in the previous slide, I don't know if I can go to previous slide. Oh, we can. In the previous slide, in that same scene, where he says these three quotes, the oracle prophesies, his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix, end the war, bring freedom to our people. So, those are all quoted by Morpheus. So, and he did end the war. He did bring freedom to Zion, but he did not bring freedom to those in the Matrix. And his coming would hail the destruction of Matrix. Don't know what that would be. What that would be like in the next movie. And I had to include a photo of the Oracle, the original one. If you remember, she was there in first and second, and unfortunately she passed away. But she was great acting, and I enjoyed her as an Oracle. And the third one was great too. So I'm interested to see who is the new Oracle. Hopefully she comes back and gives us that nostalgia feeling of I bake cookies. And, just kind of like that grandma feeling, I'm cooking, here's something, I did this, like grandma would be. But, so I can see now why the movie was made, because I'm assuming, and I haven't watched any other videos on YouTube, and that's my honest truth on this. And it doesn't make sense. That's the truth, is what I want to say. Because honest truth, I think that doesn't sound right. But yeah, that's my truth, that I haven't watched other videos because I wanted to make this without looking at other people's opinions. But that he ended the war, but he didn't bring freedom to those in the Matrix, and I don't believe he caused any destruction of the Matrix. But then I do remember in Matrix Revolution that the architect said that they would be free, but free from what, I don't remember. It's been quite a while. I stopped watching The Matrix after high school and all that. Okay, let's keep going. I didn't make a slide for this, but I do want to say that I always love the scene with the young boy that's bald and white. And then he says, "There is no spoon." I mean, there's more to that, but just that thought. And I don't know if those were like for him to meet him, and the Oracle saying, "Know thyself." How as Neo gets into that room, the kitchen, I mean, and she points to the sign, and she says that's Latin, and it means know thyself. So I wonder if these are the things that build up for him to be it, because in the movie you're given like he doesn't believe himself in Matrix 1, and then I guess he started to believe in himself because someone else believed in him when he doesn't believe in himself. And I guess somehow his love for Morpheus and his willingness to sacrifice just changed him to believe in all that. There's certain things that I don't get, but he got it, and he becomes Neo. Now this one, there's no photo here, but I was realizing that it took 32 chapters out of 38 in the Matrix, the first Matrix, for someone to say he is the one, right? And Tank is in there, and he's like, he is the one, like, and you're like, oh wow. So it does make me wonder, like, as we're watching this movie, how long is gonna take us for like the movie, like the people in the movie to say, okay, yeah, this is the one, or do they always say immediately, and we're just waiting for him to say, I am the one, or I don't know. This is you never hear that in a trailer. I don't believe he ever says in the trailer like I am the one or I am Neo. I have to rewatch the trailer again. I've been watching that trailer over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And this is my greatest. That's why I wish Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne, I believe, if I said his name, could be in the latest movie, but unfortunately wasn't. But I really love when he said these lines. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. These like deep statements that I enjoyed growing up, and I just love Morpheus's character. So I do hope the new Morpheus is similar. He didn't say much, but whenever he did, it was like profound and deep, and I do hope we get that. Okay, that's it with all I have. My biggest concern for the Matrix Resurrection is that one of the directors is not involved in it, and I skimmed over a little bit, and I understand it, and I respect that director for not getting involved, and I hope that this director will do an excellent job, and I'm gonna go there with faith that he will. And but my concern is that it would be similar to John Wick. I do hope that it doesn't go that direction. Nothing wrong with John Wick, but I would like it to still be kind of that root of like this, kung fu choreograph, like less with guns, like the Matrix, the first Matrix. Like, okay, the guns are like, how that famous fight scene, they ran out of ammo and they're like, okay, let's fight it out. Like, even though it, maybe the fight scenes are not that amazing after looking at it after so many years, you're like, oh wow, this was what I watched, and you're like, yeah. But I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, I was a kid, and I don't know when you watched this movie, but I just hope it still continues to have those like fight scenes that we loved growing up. And but I'm open to change. Maybe it's now we're in an era of just, I guess, John Wick style. Like it's just so much shooting in this. So I don't know. All I can say is that I hope this movie comes out well. It's nice to rewatch these movies again and spend time watching them again. This is what I used to do when I was before YouTube and all this other social media stuff. You would just stay home and watch movies because there was nothing else but that, or go outside. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this video, and that's it.